Hello, 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 and welcome to another episode of TacoBytes, your Daily Bite of Degen, episode number 496. We are coming to you live from somewhere, nowhere, New York, and we're having a quick issue with Twitter, so we are resetting that phone as we're doing this space live with our video as always. So give me just one moment. All right, there we go. We are live, and we were having a slight issue with Twitter wanting to keep rugging our space, so we had to make a new one, unfortunately. It was very interesting. Wonder why that might be. Wonder what is going on in Twitter that there is a huge issue with Twitter. I wonder if it has anything to do with XRC20s. Twitter descriptions. Oh my gosh. Why did it take someone so long to think of this? It is a very interesting aspect. One of the things of worry is, and I want everyone to manage and keep track of this, is that it does give people, it does give pretty much full control almost of your Twitter account. It is not able to change your password, but it can read posts, delete posts, make posts, follow, unfollow people. And so we've seen this as a thing in a lot of different protocols where they used Twitter authorization. Basically, what they want to make sure, what it actually does is it keeps track. And the reason why they need this permission is that because they keep track of it, whether or not you delete posts. So by being able to see what you delete or delete posts, it gives them that key entry point so that if you do something, but then you delete it, you shouldn't get credit for it. It's for those that do it and do what they say. So we are seeing a ton of timelines being flooded with Twitscriptions. We personally have made a few. Yes, we have. And we're making a new one right now. So how does this really show up on as an API call, and you just don't make some random tweet? What's really cool are the symbols. There's 5 symbols that you see. They are randomly put in. What they are is basic code. So when an API or data crawler is reading for your tweets, it doesn't see the symbols. It reads the code of the symbols. And that sort of gives you your own little personal hash, which is actually really cool. It's one of those neat little gizmo thingies. I guess you could see that nerds like. I like it. But what it does is it allows you for a unique tweet. And so that is something really cool. And as we invite someone up that is really cool up to stage, just want to take a quick moment to do a quick shout out to everyone joining us on YouTube, Twitch, LinkedIn, Telegram, Discord, Rumble, Unlonely, and Kick. Yeah, and Twitter Spaces. GM Josh. Man, I am doing well. It seems like you have been on a good adventure in the Hawaiian Islands?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just got home.
Nice. Where did you travel to?
So I went to Oahu, and I stayed there with my family, and then I came back to Austin. Honestly, I didn't on an airplane. I've been hungry. I didn't want to eat the airplane food. I just got home. I got a slam of pizza. You know the vibes.
I can eat that. I could eat that pizza. I have a special space in my stomach that just expands into a black hole when it comes to pizza, and I can get that in. Nice.
Yeah,
So
for sure. But hey, I like listening to you though. So I want to hear more about what you're talking about and
yeah,
you up to.
definitely. Well, thank you so much for joining us on Space, Josh. It is always good to see you. Cannot wait to see you in Austin next time I'm in Austin. Twitter subscriptions, some of the stuff that they are doing right now is you're having to do a wallet connect. And what they're pulling from there, if you're looking at some of the back end stuff, is that in those symbols, they're making their own little hash that ties it to your wallet. So you're not actually doing any on-chain transactions right now, but by connecting your wallet and connecting your Twitter, they're able to make individual mint hashes for whatever token you might be making. Right now, we've been launching out the Taco, that is TAC0. We have put out M of M, which we might share later on what that stands for. You might have seen it. Unfortunately, it was too long of a token name, the one we originally put to launch out. And so that's some really cool stuff. One of the really fun things got to do today was getting involved, been involved with Wolf Financial for a minute. Earlier this week, they reached out and asked if I could be up on the space today. It was an amazing space with like NFT God, Wendy O, Jason, Cryptoids, Crypto Boy, Double Y, Stacky, and Metamama, and a handful of Mrs. Gecko as well, and a handful of other new faces that I haven't seen, or I've seen them around but haven't had a chance to talk with them. And what was really cool was sort of talking about the mental health side of de-stressing from this last cycle, this last bear market, what people have been doing mentally to prepare for this bull run that is coming up. And we talked different trading styles, and then talked about IRL events, and we talked about Web3 conference happening in Orlando in March 8th and 9th. And so, obviously I talked, about my style. And one of the big things that we talked about was making rules, making a plan, and sticking to it. It might not always pay off. But if you stick to rules consistently, then what your variables are that you may need to change when it comes to trading. Because if you're always changing and you're always doing something different, you can't figure out your own trading pattern, your own gut style that helps you learn how to become a better trader. And one of the big things on being a trader is the intuitiveness of it. So by creating habits of you always do this when this happens, you always do that when that happens, that you learn your own variables, that what works for you and what doesn't. Entry points, exit points, taking profit, stop losses, trailing stop losses. Me and Default Trader are the only ones that really talked about leverage trading, as that is more of an advanced piece. I 200x leverage trade, and either get 300x wrecked, or pull some profit, and that's just sort of the style that I do, because I do it in projects I believe in. My standards are around Bitcoin, Ethereum, Sol, AVAX, XRP. If I know there's going to be some movement, I don't really get into leverage trading shit coins, simply because on exchanges there usually is a big run up on token prices that if you're not right there on it, if it's a new launch, the platform itself will drop all the tokens to wash out the traders. It is just the game we play. We know that. So what do? I don't play that game. But it's one of those different styles. Right now, my favorite platform is MEXC. I have done a lot of stuff with them and help with tokens get listed on them, but it's a trading platform that allows me to make trades anywhere in the world, wherever I'm at, jurisdiction-wise, except for Iran and North Korea. So I guess I'm not going there. But what was sort of cool, actually, they came out with their trading results of the year, had over $500,000 in trades, and 505 days on the platform. Speaking of 500, January 1st is episode 500. 500 of TacoBytes, your daily bite of Degen, and we have an amazing lineup of people that are going to be on that show. People that I've already had on the show before, or been on shows with, and so really excited to sort of break that down. I don't want to call it a mega space in any way. And when I'm interviewing people, it's more because I want to talk to them. That is my cheap trick of how I get to talk to amazing people. Let me have you on my show. Then I get to talk to them for an hour and a half about whatever I want to talk to them about, because these are real people that are building amazing things or doing great things for our communities. And I want to get to know them, you know? And so I'm really excited to sort of see how that all goes. We have everything from security side of things. We have NFT project. We have tokens. We have banking. We have my project bank on the banking side, and we have Degen banking, and and then also we have layer one. We have Tron joining us as well, and then we also have possibly another monolithic layer one joining us as well. Just sort of talking about the different things of where things in the state of crypto 2024 is. It will be, a new year in, not technically yet the year of the dragon, but that is what we're aiming for. That is what we're coming up for, is the year of the dragon. And who is the dragon? I'm the dragon. Yeah, that made me laugh so hard. You heard it like I was throwing my voice. That was sort of cool. But I am going to have a blast. This year is shaping up to end off on a good foot for me. I hope it is starting to end off on a great foot for you, and that you're prepping. And prepping can be in any way, shape, or form. Knowing where all of your wallets are, doing some wallet security, knowing where all your seed phrases are or import keys are, restructuring how you're saving things. One of the things that I'm going to be doing this weekend is I'm going to be deleting all of the apps off of one of my phones and making sure I have all my logins and all my everything I need for those apps. And then I'm going to really re-choose whether or not I want to download each one of those apps at that time to see if I might be able to condense some of my phone. I don't know about you, but I have over 130 different wallet applications on one phone alone. I wish I didn't have to. But new ones come out all the time. I got to try them out. I got to see what they're doing, and there's usually something in there. Really cool thing that's happening. I think today might be the last day of it, and that would be today as in the 29th. Is Savvy DeFi is doing a 461 ARB token airdrop for people that complete their Galaxy Quest. They'll pick their winners and do their drops and give the roughly $505 away. People are asking, well, why are they doing it? Where do they get this money from? Well, they just participated in like a 750K grant process, short-term protocol incentive program grant from Arbitrum that they got. So they worked their butt off for that, because they are providing some amazing resources in the DeFi community for people that want to borrow and lend against their own assets without worrying of getting liquidated. How would you feel if you could go put an ETH into a protocol? That ETH is earning yield, but you get to borrow 50% up front, and you don't have to worry about liquidation. But then your capitalization that you put in is earning yield that is paying off your loan. So you basically now have a ETH and a half. Once your loan is paid off, you get your ETH back, and you can liquidate at any time. I love the team over at Savvy DeFi, and I think that this is one of those really cool things. They have some really cool LP opportunities, and so that was really fun to see that and be part of that. So I'm really grateful that they got that going for them, because they have continuously been putting in work. Akshay and Roman and the entire team. Ramsey's shout out to Ferengi as well. But what has Taco been doing? Taco's been working for a ton of projects, doing a ton of things behind the scenes, having calls almost daily, working with projects, different projects. I think one of the weirdest non-crypto projects I have worked with this year, a company that in New Jersey is building recreational rocket packs. Yeah, you want to go to the beach? You're like, okay, I can go rent a surfboard. I can go rent a paddle boat. I'm gonna take the rocket suit. And what's really cool is they already have like 4 suits sold to a tourist platform company out in Dubai. So who knows? Maybe you'll see Taco flying around, a flying taco.
Yeah, I think I might be flying around a little bit too this year. Or driving around. I might do I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what opportunity comes in front of me. Because I love to drive around and go visit different places and interview different people. Speaking of which, Taco, I'd like to interview you one-on-one in Austin. Not some fucking, hey, it's hot out here. Welcome to the podcast. No, I want to do a one-on-one intimate interview with Player One Taco. I want the world to know more about you. So it's it down. Let's start to make it happen.
Definitely. And if you guys aren't following Josh already, those that watch this show later on, that what's really cool is we see people. I get to see how many people watch the video, or those that watch the space. It's really weird. A lot more people have been getting into videos lately than onto spaces, which is really cool. But if you get a chance, please, what is he going by these days? Josh from GM, JOSH FROMGM. Josh from GM. Give him a follow. Find him on the interwebs. He is a man of many mysteries and many PFPs, and I like him. He's a good person. So, but I'm glad you're rocking it. I'm glad you're. What is this new PFP that you have up, sir?
So it's called a Looney Glitch, and there's 404. And one of my friends is actually the founder of the project. He hands drew all of these things, and he made 3D avatars. I actually have a what is that called when someone does a TFT for you? An honorary.
Yeah.
I have an honorary in the making. It's gonna have my mutant on my Looney. So I'm so excited to see that. The artist is gonna go fucking wild with it, and yeah, that's it.
Awesome. That is really cool, man. I love that. Honoraries are really cool. Do I have any honoraries? No. I've had some PFPs that were like altered, with added some tacos into it. I thought was pretty cool. And I alter my PFP. I think on one of my platforms, I have my little tiny Pudgy hanging out with me. But I'm always rocking my Lumen, that is sort of one of the things we talked about today, was knowing people and how to recognize people at conferences, because we're just behind PFPs all the time, or as I like to say, PPs, profile picture, get your mind out of the gutter. But one of the things that I wear mine on my back, on a scrolling backpack of NFTs that I own. And so you can always find me. And I stick out like a sore thumb at conferences usually. and come find me, say hi. You know, Josh, are you going to be at South by, or are you going to be heading over to Orlando for the Web3 conference over there?
Are they at the same time?
I am not sure yet on the dates of South by. So the Web3 conference in Orlando is the 8th and 9th of March.
Well, I'm definitely going to be out here to all the Austin events, but I do want to try and do some road trips. I do want to see if I can get sponsored to go to some of these events. So I'm working on shit. I'm working on shit behind the scenes. Got some shit coming to 2024. I'm gonna start working on it tomorrow. You know, have some content already pre-made and just be able to be consistent with it. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm so excited.
I'm excited for you. One I highly recommend you trying to get to would be ETH Denver. You know, getting out.
What is that?
That is February 23rd through March 4th, I think.
I'll try to make it, no promises, but that is an event that I heard was really amazing and it was for the tech, right? So I do need to try and make it to that event, but we'll see.
Yeah, definitely. I think that is one of the top conferences of the year, followed by we should have Token 24, 2024, 2049 in Dubai this year in April. Should be planning to get to that, possibly London for DAS and a few other places around the world, which is going to be pretty cool. Austin end up hitting a lot with Consensus, South by, Salt Lake City for Permissionless, ETH Denver, Rare Evo, and yeah. What? Permissionless is going to be in Salt Lake City this year.
So not in Austin? Damn.
No, it changes location every year. First year was in West Palm Beach. Second year was in Austin, and then next one is going to be in October in Salt Lake City. Consensus in May will be in Austin, though.
Yeah, Consensus in South by Southwest. I'll definitely be here for it. For sure.
Nice. Yeah. And then on top of that, we should see NFT NYC, obviously, Masari Mainnet. I forget where SmartCon is going to be this year, or I might know and I just can't tell anyone. One of those two. But what's really cool is we've seen a lot of things change throughout the years. One of the really cool projects that I've been brought into and doing a lot of work on is Sweeper Finance. Who knew that Taco, the degen of degens, would be working with real world assets, tokenized securities, and dollar yields, trading dollars for dollars. You know, been really awesome having some amazing calls with Layer Zero, Fuse, Polygon. Had a call with Manta and, you know, Base Team. So there's some really cool stuff in the works with Sweeper. And I'm excited and honored to be part of that team. I think some really cool stuff is going to be happening. Just got a huge shout out from Balancer about Sweeper, and then I just secured us a partnership with OKX Wallet as well, and they set out did a good shout out tweet on us, as well as some of the other projects that have joined with them in the last 7 days last week, and so. But we did make it through a good rigorous process from OKX to get included by OKX as well. And so what is this with why do I have Tron being on my show on the 500th episode? Maybe some cool things are happening there. I'm really excited for that. And I don't know if I can say this, but Layer Zero is coming to Solana. I think that's common knowledge. That might be common knowledge. I don't know if I can say when.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Now someone knows. Now that more than one person knows. But yeah, there's some amazing stuff coming up with Layer Zero. And the fact that our product, our protocol uses them so heavily They're giving us some ample access and work, so be ready for that. It is also airdrop season. A lot of projects and protocols are launching. It is Christmas time as well. I hope you participated in any of the 12 days of Bonkmas so that you could have at least gotten a part of your Bonkmas airdrop, which was an amazing airdrop. Thank you to the entire Bonk team for that. We did give away some cool Bonk to some people on one of our last shows, which is sort of cool. One of the things that we talked about today in the Wolf Financial space, Wolf Web 3, was that mental health side of things, and that sometimes this shit gets heavy. What's really cool is finding that core group of people where you can either, you know where to find them, IRL, you have their number, you can give them a call, that you connect with. You know, the new word on the street this week, I guess, is cabal. You know, so having your own cabal, so to speak, is one of the most important things to have in any community, because people that you can rely on or that look out for you is one of the greatest things that you can have. You know, and so there's a lot of fun stuff going on in Web3. Look around, see who's having fun, ask them if you can be part of it, or if you can learn from them, you know, or just hang around. You know, but be ready to buckle your seatbelt because things are about to take off. January 10th, we have supposedly we have 12 Bitcoin ETFs being approved, and there's a lot of different conflicting ideas on how that will affect the price of Bitcoin in the rest of the market. Number one, you know, or the third thought on a lot of people's mind is everyone will yawn and Bitcoin won't really do much. But come April with the halvening, price shock on the amount of Bitcoin that is being produced right now. It is currently, I think, 6.5 Bitcoin per block. It's going to drop down to 3.25. So that is why Bitcoin is going to take another 140 years to fully complete out into the year 2148, if I remember right, is when the last Bitcoin will be mined, and 21 million will be out there. And just think, it's another 140 years to just create 2 million more Bitcoin. We're at 19 million and something right now. So really interesting to see how that price depreciation slowly, not price depreciation, I want to say supply depreciation, as the supply comes down. Now, what was sort of asked, three big projects that are on my radar right now. One in the Solana ecosystem is Hawksite, and on now 23 chains is Beefy Finance. These are yield aggregators for staying out of these LP pools and this impermanent loss that you might have to worry about, or collecting those DEX tokens. But also on this aspect, you don't have to auto compound, it does it for you. On Solana, it's allowing for gains in right now. The incentivized pools are getting around 500% APR. Is this long-term? No, it is not. It is not sustainable, but they are trading pools that give incentives. And so rather than you having to keep track of them, reposition yourself, you can set yourself up to move with the price, as well as auto compound with those price movements, which makes it a little bit easier, more of the set and forget. Beefy is my other favorite one on EVM chains. And then the big project of the day, the project that over the next 6 months, I'm working to turn $500 into $100,000, is Titan X. This is a journey that I'm starting on doing live and sort of showing everyone how it works for me, and hopefully it works the same for you. This is one of those things where I get some weird looks when I talk about it. It is a Ponzi, straight Ponzi, meaning
Titan X on ETH.
Titan X on ETH, yeah.
Is it the $5.6 million market cap?
Let me see. I think so. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. That is the economics of the token, and then there is a huge mining component as well. And so this one is one that I am throwing a lot of energy and effort into. And I think that there's some really cool stuff that's happening out of there. This is one of those things to where I suggest to people and I tell people what I'm doing with it because I use my main wallet so you can see what I do with it. I'm putting 70% of my profits back into this machine. I take my initial out, and then of my profits, I put 70% back in. The great thing with Ponzi's is as long as everyone's playing, they work. And everyone makes money. It's when people get too greedy, they take 100% out and they don't put it back in, that it kills it for everyone. It's like putting 3 drops of water in a cup, but taking 4 drops of water out. Eventually, the cup is going to run out. Unfortunately, right now, what's really cool within Titan X is their 60% burn rate. So they are burning more than they are producing, which is lowering right now inflationary. But once it gets in the market, it becomes deflationary. And as it gets harder to create new tokens and mine new tokens, it will have some awesome outcomes on the token price. And one of the cool functions is the buy and burn that is slowly getting raised. Right now, it's every 8 minutes. It is spending roughly 3.3 ETH out of the protocol and buying and burning those tokens off the open market. There are a lot of people that are getting in and they're just straight dumping their tokens. But they're still doing it at profit. Now, if they spread those token cells out, if they did anything else, but this is a sign of greedy, unknowing traders, and so what will happen is eventually they'll get caught up and, they'll get left holding their own bag. So I wish them the best. But what's really cool is I see about eight months to another year out of this project, if not longer. And I think that this will be one of those projects that it's a slow worker. It's not an overnight success. But I think that there's a lot to get out of it. And so I'm doing right now a max miner for 29 days. I will then take my profits and I will make 2 miners for 29 days. And then I will take my profits and I'll make 4 miners. And right now, current math has me having to get to, once I make 16 miners, the next time, once I roll into 32 miners, I'll be clearing roughly $120,000 off that cycle. And so that goes 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32 miners. That is at 29 days per mining cycle, 6 months. So, yeah.
Hell yeah. I wanted to ask you a question, and I have to do. I have to stay strong.
Yeah.
Do you know about banana miner on Solana?
No, I do not.
Send you a DM. You gotta check it out.
All right. Send me a DM.
It's a Ponzi, not financial advice. Don't put too much into it. Just have fun. But yeah, I will talk to you later, Taco. We gotta catch up soon.
Josh,
right?
Always a pleasure. Love having you on, man.
Hell yeah. Let's fucking go. Peace.
Let's fucking go. Peace. So yeah, like Josh said, not financial advice. This is what I am doing financially, and I see a lot of potential in this that I think I'm giving financial advice. I think you should do it. That's what I think. And I think that you should also look at the risk versus reward. And so then make your own decisions. So that is what I'm doing. Right now, my timeline is completely flooded with Twitscriptions. So please, I apologize. I think in the next day or two, I will be done with that, maybe. But yeah, as always, I want to thank everyone for tuning in. Want to do a quick shout out to LinkedIn, Player One Taco, YouTube, 0x Degens, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter video, and everyone joining us over there. Rumble, Unlonely, Telegram, and Kick. And then, as always, our home Twitter Spaces. Want to thank everyone for joining us tonight. And my name is Player One Taco. This is TacoBytes, your daily bite of Degen, episode number 496. Please join us in a few days for episode 500. You'll see that come out shortly. Thank you so much. And as always, we end with our words of wisdom and the greatest, worst knock-knock joke on the face of the planet. And that is, a closed mouth cannot be fed, and you cannot feed a closed mouth. You never know when opportunity is going to come knocking. When it does, if no one answers, it's going to keep on walking. With that, have a great night. Love to Liam. And we end with the greatest, worst knock-knock joke on the face of the planet, and that is, knock, knock. Who's there?